Hello students, this is Madhu Dharmapuri, Assistant Professor of Physics. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Passionate About Physics. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do subscribe it so that it would be helpful to find out some relevant physics video lectures on the channel. You can watch them and get some knowledge from them. So this video is specially made for final year students studying BSc with physics combination. And in this video lecture, I am going to discuss the syllabus of basic electronics and the important possible questions from that basic electronics paper. As you are all aware that we have two electives in the final year physics. One elective is in the 5th semester and the other elective is in the 6th semester. So in the 6th semester elective paper, we have two options. One of the options is basic electronics. So I'm concentrating on the basic electronics elective paper for now. So I'm going to discuss what is the syllabus of basic electronics and what are the important questions to be studied for the examination. As I have prepared, I have listed out some most important essay questions as per my knowledge, as per my assessment and my experience. Hope they would be helpful to you definitely because in the previous video lecture of mine also I have quoted this that my guess was never gone wrong, and I am sure you would get some good academic grade, and if you are struggling for passing, definitely you would get passed after getting to know the important questions from this basic electronics paper after watching this video. So basically, I think all the state universities of our state following the same syllabus regarding physics. And if your elective paper for this 6th semester is basic electronics, then if that basic electronics syllabus is same as the syllabus that you are reading, or same as the syllabus suggested by your faculty member in your respective college, then you can consider my questions for reading this time. So I once again remind you that please cross check the syllabus that I am going to show you now with the syllabus that was already suggested by your faculty in your respective college. If that is matching, then you can consider the important questions from this video lecture that I am going to share with you. So first, let me share with you the syllabus regarding to basic electronics, which is usually called as paper 8A. Paper 8A. So in this paper, we will have 4 units. Unit wise, we may get 2 essay questions from the final in the final examination. So I have written 4 essay questions from each unit as important questions. So before I go to that important questions paper, let me share this syllabus with you for some time. In the unit 1, we have the chapter unit name is network elements and network theorems. So in this, basically we read 4 theorems like Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, and reciprocity theorem and maximum power transfer theorem. And also we read Z parameters, Y parameters, H parameters, two-port networks. So this is studied in the unit 1, and unit 2 we read about band theory of solids, p-n junction diodes, and Zener diodes. Like what is the main cause of formation of band theory of solid? What is valence band? What is conduction band? What are the classifications of solids based on its conductivity or energy gap, like insulators, semiconductors, conductors. Particularly in this chapter, we concentrate on semiconductors, pure semiconductors and impure semiconductors, like intrinsic and extrinsic. And extrinsic semiconductors, again two types: n-type extrinsic semiconductor and p-type extrinsic semiconductor. Finally, continuity equation and Fermi level. And as part of diode, we read how p-n junction diode is formed and what is the working and application of that diode, and Zener diode and its characteristics and how it works as voltage regulator. So this is studied in unit 2. And in unit 3, we concentrate on transistors, like what is transistor, and what are its layers, and what are the possible configurations of transistors, what are the types of transistors, like PNP transistor, NPN transistor, and configuration means CB, CE, CC configurations, and current components in each configuration, and how transistor is working as an amplifier, particularly RC coupled amplifier is very, very important. And coming back to the feedback concept and oscillator. So here we discuss about what is feedback and how feedback is helping as an oscillator. What is the condition for the oscillator, and that Bark-Hasen's criteria, and phase shift oscillator, which is very, very important. So in this unit 3, we discuss these things. In the unit 4, it is basically digital electronics and logic gates, particularly. So as part of digital electronics, we read about different number systems, like binary number, and decimal number, hexadecimal number, and we do convert them from one to another, and how to convert them from binary to decimal or decimal to hexadecimal or vice versa, and binary addition, binary subtraction. Particularly, binary subtraction is done using two methods: one's complement method and two's complement method. This is discussed as part of this. And coming to logic gates, which is the second part of the unit 4, we read the basic logic gates like OR gate, AND gate, and NOT gate, and their truth tables along with their circuit diagrams. And we read universal gates, examples of universal gates like NAND gate and NOR gate. And we read De Morgan's laws and the statement and proof. These are the things which we study in the basic electronics paper, which is denoted with paper 8A, which is an elective paper in 6th semester. If your elective paper is this basic electronics, and if your basic electronics paper syllabus is matching with the syllabus that I have read, then you can consider the essay question that I'm going to share with you now as important questions, and follow my instructions so that it would be helpful to you to get some good score and to get passed if you are struggling to pass. So now I'm going to share with you the important questions that I have listed out as per my knowledge. So unit wise, as I said, I have written 4 important questions from each unit. And in the unit 1, the most possible important questions are like first one, state and prove Thevenin's theorem. So what I suggest is, if you have pen and paper with you, take it by pausing this video lecture and keep writing the question that I am going to list out here, so that it would be helpful to you while reading, because every time you may not have a chance to open the video or remember the question. That may not be possible. So I suggest you to take pen and paper and keep writing the each question that I am going to list out now, unit wise. Then while reading your answers from the for the examination, you keep focusing on the question that I am listing out here. I will also point out some most important questions out of these 4 questions from each unit. That means that they are having more and more probability to appear in the final examination. So if I point out some question, then you have to read that question without skipping, and they are must read questions. Okay, so here in the unit 1 we have 4 questions. One is state and prove Thevenin's theorem, and second question is state and prove Norton's theorem, and third one is state and prove reciprocity's theorem, and fourth one is state and prove maximum power transfer theorem. So these are the 4 theorems which are very, very important from unit 1 and having the probability of appearing in the final examination. But as per my assessment, out of these 4, if I point out 2 more important than the other 2, that would be number 1 and number 4. State and prove Thevenin's theorem is very important, not to be skipped, and state and prove maximum power transfer theorem. These 2 are very, very important than the other 2. Those who are struggling to get past, I suggest you to compulsory focus on these 2. In addition, if you are not able to read second and third, at least make it possible that you are not going to skip the first and fourth question. So that is about unit 1. And unit 2, the band theory of and p-n junction diode. So in this, the first question is describe in detail about p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductor, the possible essay question. And the second possible essay question from unit 2 is define conductivity of a semiconductor and derive equation of continuity of semiconductor. This is very, very important, not to be skipped. Conductivity of semiconductor and derive equation of continuity of semiconductor. And the next one is explain working of p-n junction diode with the relevant diagram. This is also very, very important. So working of p-n junction diode with relevant diagram to be explained. And the last question from unit 2 is what is Zener diode? Explain working of Zener diode as voltage regulator, how it is working as voltage regulator. And out of these 4 questions, I suggest you to compulsory read the 6th and 7th that is on the screen right now, about equation of continuity of semiconductor and working of p-n junction diode with relevant diagram. These are not to be skipped and they are must read questions. Okay, and going to unit 3. Unit 3 is bipolar junction transistor, feedback concept and oscillators. So from this unit 3, the first possible essay question would be what is transistor and what are the different layers of it, and describe the working of PNP transistor. Okay, this is one of the possible essay questions that can be asked from this unit. And the next possible essay question is explain the working of NPN transistor with circuit diagram. Okay, so explain the working of NPN transistor. So in the first question, that is the 9th one on the screen, it is the working of PNP transistor, but here it is NPN transistor with circuit diagram. Okay, and the next question that is third from the unit 3 and overall 11th, describe the construction and working of RC coupled amplifier. Actually, transistor works as amplifier, and how does it work? What is the construction and how does it work as RC coupled amplifier? This is very, very important, not to be skipped, and all of you must read this question. Okay, describe the construction and working of RC coupled amplifier. And the last question from Unit 3, overall 12th question, it is explain feedback concept of oscillator and describe phase shift oscillator with a neat diagram. This is also very, very important. Okay, so overall from this Unit 3, I suggest you the working of NPN transistor and RC coupled amplifier. Okay, 10th and 11th, that we can see on the screen. And the last but not least, Unit 4, which is on digital electronics logic gates. So here the possible essay questions are like explain basic logic gates R, comma, AND, comma, NOT gates with their truth tables and circuit diagrams. This one of the possibility. And the next question is, what are universal gates? Prove that NAND gate and NOR gate are universal gates. What are universal gates and how a NAND gate and an NOR gates are called as universal gates? With a relevant circuit diagrams, you have to explain this. So this is about universal gates. And the 15th question, the overall, and third from Unit 4, state and prove De Morgan's laws with circuit diagram. Okay, so there are two De Morgan's theorems, and you have to state them, you have to prove them with the relevant circuit diagrams. Okay, and 16th question, the last but not least from Unit 4, very, very important, not to be skipped. What is 2's complement of a binary number? Subtract 001 base 2, that is binary number, from 1111 base 2 using 2's complement method of subtraction. Okay, so how do we use 2's complement method of subtraction? To subtract 1101 base 2 from 1111. So you have to solve this problem, and before solving you have to write what is 2's complement of a binary number definition. You can also explain it by taking any random binary number and convert it into its 2's complement, so that it would be very, very good. So overall from Unit 4, the 16th question, or the last question, is not to be skipped. Everyone must read this question. And also universal gates question. What are universal gates? Prove NAND gate and NOR gates are universal gates. So these are the 16 questions from each unit. Each unit I have made 4 questions, and total 16 questions from the basic electronics paper. And remember, in the final examination, you will get 2 questions from each unit. 2 questions from each unit, 2 essay questions from each unit. And some clever people may identify that, even if you are not able to identify. So what I tell now is, if you observe, there are 2 parts in each unit in this particular basic electronics paper. So each unit is divided into 2 parts, right? So for example, in the first unit, the first part talks on about networks theorems, and the second part talks about parameters, H parameters, Y parameters. And then the second unit, we have semiconductors, NPN, PNP types. And in the second part, we have diodes. And in the third one, we have 2 parts again. First part talks about transistors, and the second part talks about how it is acting as an oscillator. And in the fourth part, we have the first part as binary numbers, decimal numbers, and subtraction methods, 1's complement, 2's complement. The second part is on logic gates. So if you see these kind of parts in the examination, then you may consider like one question will definitely come from each part. If 2 questions are asked in the examination, one from the first part and one from the second part of the unit. So if you can identify like that, then it would be very, very helpful to you. So that is why what I suggest is go through the syllabus thoroughly and look that whether there is any part division in the unit. If that is existing, you can think that one question from the first part and one question from the second part would definitely appear in the examination, so that you can choose at least one part completely. If you can read at least one part, then definitely you are going to rock in the examination and get a very good exam academic grade. So this is the uh, trick to identify the questions that are to be read, which are not to be skipped, which are necessary to read. So if you can follow these kind of simple tricks, then I'm sure you would get a very, very good grade in the examination point of view. But as a teacher, what I suggest overall is, if you are able to, if you are enough able to read entire syllabus, I suggest you to read entire syllabus and not to focus on only important questions, because if you read the entire syllabus, then you would get you would acquire some required knowledge on that particular topic. So as a teacher, actually, I should not suggest the important questions to be read. But the reason for making this video is, we usually keep listening to the students' plea in our colleges, like please give important questions so that it is easy to pass, or it is easy to get some good grades. But these important questions, remember, is useful only for writing examination, but not for knowledge purpose. If you want to acquire knowledge, you have to concentrate on each and every topic, not only from the syllabus, and you have to concentrate on the other related topics also according to your syllabus. So this is what I suggest. So hope you have mm, understood, and you would follow whatever I said. And one more final request for all of you, those who are watching this video. So if you find it useful, I'm sure you could find some usefulness in some content in this video. So I request you to forward this video lecture or share this video lecture to your friends or relatives studying BSc final year physics, so that it would be helpful for them also. Okay, so you take some gain from this video, and also pass this gain to your friends, your relatives. Okay, so keep sharing or keep forwarding this video after watching this. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe it, so that you would find some more important video lectures related to you on the channel. So whenever it is necessary, you can just open the channel and go through the video lecture which is relevant to you. You can just type passionate about physics on YouTube search. Then you would find a channel name with the passionate about physics with an icon of PP. You can just open it. Then you will find some of the video lectures posted by me on that YouTube channel. So you can subscribe to that, so that you would get some notifications of the video lectures uploaded by me from time to time, and keep circulating the videos to your friends, and so that it would be helpful for them also. So thank you. I hope this lecture helped you. I wish you all the very best for your coming examination, and hope you could pass this time. And one more important thing finally, at least if you can read uh, 2 or 3 from each unit, because I have given 4 questions from each unit. If you can read at least 2 questions or 3 questions from each unit, particularly for those who are struggling, read at least 2 questions which were pointed out by me as most important from each unit, which were pointed out like not to be skipped. You have to read them for sure if you are struggling to pass. For the other students who can easily pass, I request you to read all the questions. Okay, for the students who are above average, at least read these important questions listed out by me. Okay, but if you are clever enough, I request you to concentrate on entire syllabus and read everything, and not concentrating on the important question, because this will help only to write your exam, only to get some good marks in the exam, but not for knowledge. Okay, hope you have understood. Thank you for watching this video, and I once again wish you very, very best wishes for your examination as well as for your career. Thank you very much.